Good morning. I'm sorry I'm running a little bit late today. One time somebody told me that when they entered into retirement, the first thing that they encountered was they could not tell what day it was. All of the days seemed exactly the same. Well, since we have been home these last couple of months, I can understand that. All of the days seem like every other day. And then yesterday, being Memorial Day, sort of threw me off for the week. So now it's Tuesday, and I haven't recorded anything to send to you. And I'm sorry about that, so I'm running a little bit late. In a few minutes, I'm going to the church, and I'm going to meet the staff. And we're going to tape off the parts of the sanctuary where people will be able to sit on Sunday whenever we gather together for worship. It's kind of an interesting thing, a new dynamic that none of us have ever experienced before. And I know that there are some of you who are excited about coming and can hardly wait to get back into the building and to see one another. I think all of us really do feel that way. But also I'm hearing from a good number of other people who are saying they're just not ready to come back. They support what we're doing and think it's time, or think that it's a good thing to do, but they're just not ready themselves. And I understand that. I have ventured out into a few places, and I have to tell you, it raises the anxiety level a little bit, because maybe you just don't feel comfortable, and that's okay. We're all trying to navigate this. We're all trying to figure it out. I was reading this week a story in the book of Acts where after Judas had died, and now there was a place among the 12 disciples, now to be apostles, that they needed to fill. And so they did so by casting lots. And they threw these dice, and the dice told them that Matthias is the one that they needed to pick. There were two qualified people it had gotten down to, so they chose Matthias. That seems like an unusual kind of way to make a decision to us. It's sort of hard for me to wrap my mind around that. But the interesting thing to me is that in the very next chapter, the Holy Spirit comes. And after the Spirit comes, they never make decisions like that before. Before they depended on some kind of a formula in order to help them know the will of God. But now they have the Holy Spirit, and so they will lean on that Spirit and use that Spirit and be empowered by that Spirit in order to make the right decisions. So what they used to do is gone, and a new way is around. There are a lot of voices out there that help us to make decisions about whether we stay in, whether we get out, what we do, and when we do it. It's hard to know sometimes. I feel bombarded, really. One group is telling me one thing, another group is telling me another thing. I hear this on one newscast, and I hear something else on the internet. It's kind of hard to figure it all out, and sometimes I feel like I'd like to just cast the dice and see what it says so that it would tell me what to do. But in this age, we are called upon to listen to one voice, and that is the voice of God that comes to us through the Holy Spirit. So as you make your decisions about re-entering, or what you're going to do today, or how you're going to live your life, we listen to those things that are around us to help us to make wise choices. But we listen to the Spirit of God, who tells us the things that we need to know, the things that we need to do, and when it needs to happen. So today I am praying, and I hope you will join me also, that we will be led by God's Spirit. We will hear His voice. We will have the boldness to step out and to do what He calls us to do, when He calls us to do it. And when He wants us to stay, we will stay. When He wants us to go, we will go. And His is the voice that we will listen to. I hope you have a great day, and I will look forward to being with you, hopefully on time, on Thursday.